Situation of the matter.
Hi, welcome back to Situation of the Matter with
Misty
and Anya. And today's episode, we're going to be talking about people pleasing. Yes, people pleasing. So be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any episodes that we load, and check out our previously loaded episodes. So, Misty, you ready?
I'm ready, and I'm looking at my phone for notes. I'm not texting while she's talking to me.
All right. So, Misty, at what point did you realize you were a people pleaser? Or are you a people pleaser, should I say it?
I am a recovering people pleaser.
Not recovery. That's a new one, I think. That's a new one.
I used to be a bad people pleaser, and when I look back, I'm like, I think it started when I was a kid. Okay, you're a middle child. I'm a middle
Yes.
child, so you know how you're a girl though. So like, and you're the only girl, so your
Right.
experience might be a little bit different. So when you're the middle child, like people are like, oh, the insignificant middle. You're not the oldest. You're not the youngest.
Yeah.
So it starts there because you're always trying to please everybody. But I think one particular incident is when I was 10 and I was about to go stay the night with my friend, the week with my friend, and I didn't do what my mom told me to do. So with my mom, she was always like, you could choose your punishment. You can either get a spanking or you can get grounded and not go. I was like, just get a spanking so I can still
Get it over with, right? Yeah.
I usually chose to be grounded though.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't like being hit.
Whoop me.
But so she whipped me with a belt. It did not hurt, but I made myself cry so that I would not hurt her feelings when she was whooping me.
That's
I feel like in a sense that's people pleasing because you're hitting me and I'm crying not to hurt your feelings, but you're hitting me.
if you're thinking about it like that, yeah.
I was thinking about it like that. I was like, oh, I don't want her to be upset because her spanking, whooping, whatever y'all call it, does it hurt? So I'm gonna cry so she's satisfied with her punishment.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm not crying when you whooping me is hurt. I'm not worried about your feelings. I'm over here like, what?
I didn't care. I often go to my friend's house, so
that is funny.
That was that one and only spanking I ever got in my life, though.
Okay, well, I got a lot of whoopings, but
what about you?
So I think, when we were discussing, we were going to talk about people pleasing, I started to think about it. And I was like, I really didn't know I was a people pleaser until we were talking about having this as our episode. I guess I am. I always thought I was just being nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started saying, no, because if I was just being nice, I would feel good about some of the things. But sometimes I was like, I didn't feel good with saying yes to certain things.
Yeah.
So I guess I am, but I will say this. I think I have gotten better at not caring so much about what people say because I started having to set those boundaries.
Yes.
So yeah, I think I am. I'm not going to say I'm recovering because I just came to the realization that I was. So that's hilarious.
Okay. Do you think people get people pleasing and trying to be helpful confused?
Yes. I think they do. I think because, like I said, I think me personally, I think I was confused with it because some situations, like I would do it thinking I'm helping them, but really it was more so I just didn't want to tell them no.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like, no, I really don't want to go to the store with, or go do something, but I would do it because I was thinking I was being helpful, but in the end, I was really making myself feel like
you didn't know.
Yeah, like it didn't come from a genuine place in my heart. So that, I guess that's what the people pleasing part was. What about you?
Yeah, people do get it confused, and I do think people know your personality, so they know people, especially people that know you,
right?
They know that you're gonna feel guilty if you say no, so they ask you. And I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't help people. Sometimes you should, but you shouldn't do it like if it's causing you like, I really don't want to do this, or like I'm really, really tired, and I'm just doing this just so they don't get mad at me.
That makes sense. I'm gonna have to stop doing that. I'm gonna stop being so helpful. So, do you feel guilty for saying no to people?
So I used to.
Okay.
I don't anymore. I used to never say no to anybody. If you asked me to do something, I was doing it. Regardless of like how I felt, if I needed to move my plans around. But now there was a sermon at church not too long ago that was talking about people pleasing and that it's a sin. And I was like, because we're not supposed to be pleasing people, we're supposed to be pleasing God.
That makes sense. Got you. Okay, well that's good to know.
What about you?
Guilty. I think it depends on who it is.
Yeah.
Like for me, it depends on who it is. Like a random person or someone I'm just not super close to. I think it's more so like my kids or the grandbaby or something. Like I feel a little guilty, and I shouldn't because it's like I can't do it, but I do feel guilty because I always want like my kids, especially or my family, to be happy. And if it's something small that they need me to do, even though sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do that,
I think the kids and the grandkids they're a little different than other people.
No, they're not. I have to remember to tell myself, no, they are not. If I don't want to do it, I need to say no.
I don't know. I feel like if it's my kids or my grandkids asking, I want to do it.
But I may want. No, I don't always want to do it. No. I don't think you're recovering.
Okay, I'm in recovery. How about that? Do we have what is it? PPA, People Pleasing Anonymous.
I think we need to start that group. I'm pretty sure we can get some. Hey, if you want to join, be sure you comment.
If you know of a class or you're teaching one, apparently.
Or we can start one,
Not when we're still active members.
That's how we grow, right? That's why Situation Doesn't Matter works, because we're growing. We're helping each other grow. There we go.
Okay. Do you tolerate certain things from certain people to keep the peace?
Yes. I don't. I'm gonna say this. I don't anymore.
Okay.
But I used to. I used to tolerate certain people making comments.
Okay.
And criticizing me or my kids. And I'm at that point in my life where I'm like, no, you don't get to say whatever you want to say or do whatever you want to do, just so you feel good, or because I need to stand back and allow you to make those kind of comments and stuff. So no, not anymore. I used to. I will say I used to be big on that. I would just take it. And now it's more so like, no, I don't have to deal with that. Yeah. I don't care how old you are. I don't care who you are. And it's not to be rude. And I don't want to come off as rude. And I know some people will say, that's rude. You shouldn't talk to people like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not rude when they're overstepping their boundaries.
Right.
And if it makes me feel some type of way, I have the right to say,
exactly,
no, I don't like what you said, or that offended me or made me feel some type of way. Because normally I would just take it, keep bottling up because I didn't want to offend anyone.
Yeah.
So I know that's part of people pleasing. And like I said, I really didn't realize this until we started talking. We were going to discuss it. But I do know now I don't allow it. Like I'm very like, no, I'm not going to take that.
Yeah.
And I got told that I was being, you just say anything. You shouldn't. I'm like, no, they shouldn't say anything to me. I have the right to
respond.
Say, yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's kind of the same, like in people in our lives. If they're being rude and somebody says something back, the person that started being rude wasn't the problem, but now you're the problem because you said something back.
Exactly.
Because I'm not just looking over your behavior anymore.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. Have you experienced that?
Oh yeah. So I come from a family of mostly women, so you know how that goes. So some of them do feel like they can say whatever they want to say, and we shouldn't say anything back to keep the peace. Well, that's why the people who feel like it's okay to be rude continue to be rude.
Right.
Because nobody says anything back to them. And when somebody finally does, other people will step in and be like, you didn't have to go there. No, they didn't have to go there.
They didn't have to go there. Exactly.
And it's not, I mean, just with my family. I mean, just people in general, they always feel like they have something to say. I mean, most of you guys know my family is multiracial, and I started that before it was everywhere. Like when we were in high school, like it wasn't as common. So people feel like they had the right to say whatever they wanted to me. And I wouldn't say anything back. People call me like an N-word lover, and
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure people probably still do that behind my back, but keep doing
And
it
this
behind
was
my back.
family? Or just
No, not
okay,
family. Like
okay.
it was people at school and prior friends. They're not my
Got you.
friends anymore. And I was just like, that doesn't offend me. I wouldn't say anything. I just look at you like, to me, you're the problem when you're saying something like that. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like if I cared, I wouldn't have done it. So,
Yeah.
but that's your ignorance. And so, but now if somebody, I didn't say anything back then. I just looked at them and was like, that's, you're ignorant. Like, and the true definition of the word is ignorant. So if you're saying that, you're the one that's that.
You're the N-word now. You know, I don't even like that word, but you know.
Well, even like when my kids are saying that, I'm like, I don't say that.
I just don't like the harshness of it. You know,
It's just not necessary.
It's an ugly word.
It is. Even when you're like, people are using it in like, just like white people can't say that, you know.
Slang.
Yeah, like I don't know. My kids and their friends all know that word wasn't used.
But that could be people pleasing too. Like, why can't white people say it? And I don't care who gets offended by me saying this. That is white people pleasing, because I feel like black people, and I'm gonna change. We just changing the subject, but that's what we're gonna do right quick. I feel like black people using it is more offensive because that word came from with so much hate attached to it.
Yep.
Why, as a black person, would you even want to call another black person the N-word? Especially in that harsh turn of it. They like, oh, well, I said nigga. I don't care if you said nigga, nigger, negro, niggalet. That word needs to be taken out of your vocabulary. So why do you get mad when a white person says, "Oh, okay, white people, let's people please the black people"?
I think it's the generation, because I feel like when we were in high school and everybody was like singing along with the songs, our generation did not get offended.
No,
and we knew that we're not thinking anything of it. But now we're not going to sing that and sing along, because somebody's going to be like, "Ooh, that white lady said the N-word.
She's racist."
Yeah. So,
oh my god.
To me, I mean, not saying it's not people pleasing, because I don't want to say that, and I don't want people around me saying it either. But if somebody around me says it now, like back then, because people were racist and people were more like openly, and it wasn't only from white people that the hatred came from. Don't get me wrong, it came from everybody.
It did.
So, but back then I just would have been like, oh well, whatever, that's them. But now if you were to say something to me like that, I would say something back.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But this generation, that's part of people pleasing. Our whole generation is these new generations are all about people pleasing, and they don't even know they're people pleasing. They're talking about, oh, it's what do they call it? I don't even know their young terms, but it's more so like, oh, it offends. Everything offends. They're offended by everything. No, I'm sorry.
And that just leaves like, it's unhealthy because you can't communicate openly.
Right.
You're bottling things up. So people pleasing is just, it's not good.
And anyway, in the society, in your home, and
I mean, we all have to be free to talk about how we feel with respect. You can say how you feel respectfully.
Yeah.
You don't have to be rude about it. You don't have to be. You can have serious conversation.
You should be able to.
Yes.
So, have you ever people pleased so much to the point that you exhausted yourself?
Yes, of course. So, like I said before, I used to never ever say no. If you asked me to do something, I did it. If you asked me to babysit your kids, I did it. If you needed a ride to the store, I gave it to you. If you needed a ride to work, I gave it to you. And like most of my kids' life, I was a single mom, so I'm working, taking care of my own kids, making dinner, taking them to their extracurricular activities. You add other people's kids in that half the time. Like sometimes now I'm like, I'm so sleepy because I've just been like constantly doing things.
Yeah. You're exhausted.
Yeah. So now when people ask me to do something, I just really don't have the energy, and I really say I want to sleep in on a Saturday, and someone is like, oh, can you take me here? Can you do this? Can you do that? I do say no now.
But do you say no to your kids and grandkids? Because I know Misty with her grandbabies, she does not say no.
Okay.
So
So I'm not talking about them.
no, it's not talking. We're not talking about them.
So okay,
but
she is right. I don't say no to my grandkids, and to my kids, I say no every once in a blue moon. But my grandkids, the only time I say no to them, they are very surprised and they're very taken back as to why their Mimi is saying no to them.
but it's okay to say no, Misty.
No to them.
Yes, it is. It is. It is.
Anyways, I will work on that. I did say, what did I say no to them about the other day? They were like, oh, yeah. Layla told their Wella that an adult never tells them no. I was like, girl, that is not true. Adults do tell you guys no.
They do. And they should. I mean, we have to have those boundaries. And I'm sure Mackenzie probably tells you, Mom, tell them
she
no.
Does. She says that right there. That's why they act so spoiled. But pot, meat, kettle. Mm-mm.
But she tells them no, right? Or
yes, she does.
See, okay. So we're going to work on that a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying like, because I'm like that with the grandkids too. It's like, they're the grandbabies.
Exactly.
But I will say no. I have to, especially if I'm exhausted because we work and we have life going on. And honestly, we're a little older. We ain't just old. We aren't just super old, but
we're middle aged.
We are. So we need to rest sometimes. So sometimes it's okay to say no.
Especially since we've been taking care of kids since our whole adult life.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, it is. We kind of answered that already. Yes. When you agreed to do something you really didn't want to do, how did you feel while you were doing said thing?
Oh, angry. I feel angry.
You're doing a favor and just mad about it over there having RBF while you're.
Because honestly, I'm trying to think of a situation that I did not want to do, and I did it anyway, and I regretted it, and I was mad that I agreed to do it. Okay, so sometimes I would take on doing things for people, like cakes or parties and stuff like that, and I would lowball myself. Right?
Yeah.
Part of me would think, okay, I'm going to do it because this is a person I know or whatever. And people know how I am with certain things. Yeah. I'm a kind of a perfectionist a little bit. I like everything to look nice. I want everything to be good. Yeah. I'm always worried about if they're going to like it, and I overexhausted myself and I was mad, not at the person, right? I was mad at myself because I was like, why do I continue to do things, lowball myself, lowball my prices to please people. And I started realizing, like, you cannot do this. You are draining. And I was angry doing it because I'm like, I should have charged way more money to do this.
Well, you don't go in a bakery and negotiate the price. You just pay whatever the price is.
I know, but and that's the thing. And that's probably why, like, I back off sometime from doing parties or doing cakes and stuff, because I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm overcharging someone, because I really want them to have this for their special moment. And I know in business you should not try to people please, but I think my problem is I don't know how to. I'm learning, okay, because at this point now I'm kind of like, I don't care. I'm going to charge what I'm going to charge. You either pay it or you don't. But before, I was very, well, I want them to be able to get it. Yeah. So I'm going to lowball it. And I would be doing it and I'm like, I hate this. Like, I'm not making any money.
The joy out of it.
Yeah, it's exhausting. I'm exhausted doing it, and I haven't made enough to make myself, to go take myself to dinner.
You didn't make any profit. You just paid for the ingredients.
Paid for the ingredients. And it just started draining me and I was angry. I was truly angry doing it. So I have learned now, like, no, I'm not. You're either going to pay it or you're not. I don't care really who it is. This is what it is. Get it or don't.
Yeah. These are my prices. You can afford it or you can't.
Yep. How about you?
I think with me, I used to be really bad about letting people live with me when they didn't have anywhere to go.
Girl,
I'm telling you guys, don't do
don't do
that.
it.
Do not do it.
Mm.
You would think people would appreciate it, but they don't. They're rude to you in your own house.
No.
And then and most of the people that I've let live with me, I don't even talk to them anymore.
But that's good. You don't need to. No. They need to be. Were y'all friends?
Yeah, we were friends.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
I don't know. People just get very entitled, and you know, I am not a fan of throwing things in people's faces. What
Right.
you're doing for them. I don't want to be like, you're staying in my house, you're living with me, you have some audacity to be rude.
But in that case, though, Misty, you should have. Like, this is my house.
But I mean, I just avoid that situation altogether now. If you have somewhere else if you don't have anywhere else to go, I'm sorry, you need to figure it out. Then mine's not an option.
I don't know, y'all. Misty gonna be like, well, I don't want to be homeless.
Well, we live in apartments now, so that's not as easy as when we lived in the house and I didn't have to add nobody to a lease and all this stuff.
Right.
But now, I mean, never when there's no room.
Right.
But even then, before there wasn't room, people would sleep on the couch or whatever and be rude. And then, I don't know, it was just very... I feel like if I was in a situation and I needed to go live with somebody, I feel like I would be people pleasing them because they're doing me a favor. I'd be like, do you want me to cook dinner? Do you want me to clean? Do you need me to do any chores? And I would be doing everything to get on my own as soon as possible.
But that's because you would be grateful for them allowing you. But some people do not. They feel that sense of entitlement. Like, oh, I didn't have anywhere to go. And you say you're my friend or my family. So I'm going to stay here. And then they don't want to help clean. They don't want to cook.
Or I'll be talking about you behind your back. Oh, she doesn't keep the house perfectly clean.
That part.
I work. I have kids. You live here. If something's not clean to your liking,
clean it.
Exactly.
You clean it.
Or be like, hey, do you need help? If you don't want to clean it, can I help you pay for a cleaner? Like
that part. But people don't think like that. It's like, oh, well, I'm just going to.
She's not perfect, so I'm going to talk about her behind her back.
About her. Yep.
Even though I don't have a place to live of my own, let me go talk about her.
Even though I'm a bum. That's what you are, a bum. No, people go through situations, so I'm not going to call them a bum. But if you come into the house and you act like a bum, then you're a bum. If you come into the house and you're grateful that someone allowed you to stay here to get yourself to a good position, then that's a whole different story. So you're a bum if you're rude. Okay,
don't get an extended stay hotel. Don't live with nobody. Don't live with your parents if you still got them.
That's true. How do you handle family members who expect you to always say yes? And we're not going to talk about the grandbabies. I ain't going to keep doing y'all like that. Don't do Mimi like that, though.
I guess I just have to put boundaries. I felt like I used to need to explain myself, and I don't remember who it was, but somebody just put it in my head. The one day they were like, "No is a complete sentence. You do not have to give anybody an explanation. If they ask you something and you say no, that's the end of it. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody."
But do you?
Do I? Yeah, I do.
Me too. Because I was saying, somebody had said that, like, if you call into work, you don't have to tell them why you're calling in, but you can just say, hey, I'm not going to make it today. But me, I'll give the reason why I'm calling, like, hey, woke up this morning, didn't feel good. And I don't think you have to.
You don't have to. Like, both of us being in positions where we oversee other people, if someone is calling in, they usually tell me why. But at the end of the day, if they're using their PTO, they don't have to tell me why.
No.
But me, when I'm taking off, me and my boss, we have a different kind of relationship. Yeah. So I tell her, oh, I'm sick, I'm going on vacation, whatever. I don't feel like I have to, but why not? Yeah, I feel like people who are like calling in and don't want to tell why, sometimes I feel like they're just being dishonest.
Well, they just didn't want to come to work. Just say, I don't want to come today.
But even people will be like, oh, I need to call in, I need to have a mental health day. Okay, that's fine. And people these days, they are like, oh, this generation needs to have a mental health day. I'm like, honestly, people just renamed it. All jobs have always had personal days.
And that's what they are. That's what they are there for.
They just are calling it something else. It's just the same thing.
So with family, is it easy for you to say, like,
It just depends. Like I said, I have a really, really big family, so it depends who it is. It is hard for me
Right.
to say no to my kids and to my grandkids, but don't best believe they're going to say no to me.
Y'all stop telling her no now. Don't do my friend.
But like I don't know. I guess like with my extended family, I used to feel bad about saying no, but now I don't. Like I said, my grandmothers are passed away, my mom's passed on, and my grandmothers were always the ones who needed favors. But like I said in the last one, I would do that willingly.
Yeah.
And now that they're passed on, I don't have any regrets because I knew I spent time with them. I took them on their errands when they needed to. So as far as that, I would have never told them no. If I told them no, I would have had like a valid reason and I wouldn't have said no. I would have been like, I can't do it this time, but I can do it at a different time.
I think like my family, I say no. I may feel bad about it, but sometimes I'm just like, I can't. I just cannot physically do it. I do a lot. Like, and so, but do I regret it? I think I do, and I don't realize that I'm having regret because I'll think about it the whole time. Like, I should have just went on and did it, but then I just don't feel good, and I'll just keep going, like having that little toss-up battle with myself. So I guess I do regret it, but I'm still gonna say no.
I used to kind of be like that, like about birthday parties. But when you have such a big family, it's always a birthday party. I was like, I can't go to every single one of these.
No.
And so, but I don't know. I guess a lot of people don't ask me favors anymore like they used to.
That's good though.
I guess because I started saying no.
Hey,
so that's why I said I'm in recovery. I'm not just a yes man anymore.
Get it, Misty. What do they say? Clock it. Oh.
Clock it.
She over here growing in things. I love it.
Oh, okay. What or who was the hardest person for you to say no to?
What or who? I think it's always gonna be for me. It's probably my mom.
Your mom,
yeah, because she'll ask me. My mom is like a hoot, right?
Yeah, your mom's funny.
She will ask me just out of the blue. Like she had bought my daughter something, okay, and she moves around a lot with her job, and she says, I'm gonna be like 2 hours away from you. We need to meet and you need to get this bed. And I said, what? Like, that's so random, right? And I'm like, Mama, no, I cannot. I bought a bed. And she just was like upset about it. She get like, not upset, but she go, and then she'll say, okay, never mind. I ain't even coming that way. But I always will feel bad if I just don't want to do it for her. Yeah. If she tell me to do something, or she'll be like, I need you, or can you do this? Or like if she need me to run an errand for like, something with her job real quick, and I'll be like, I don't want to do it. But I'll do it because it's my mommy, you know. But she's probably gonna always be my hardest. Like PJ, I didn't take him to McDonald's the other day. And I didn't feel too bad about it.
But you still felt bad.
But remember, because I said I was going to stop taking him to McDonald's if I pick him up because they want to. So I'm working on it. And then he goes, "Ooh, I'm hungry."
that was Kylie. If you don't give her food, I'm so hungry, girl. Like you haven't eaten all day.
What about you, Missy? Who would be your hardest? Like you would regret saying no to?
I think we've already established it.
The grandbaby,
my kids and my grandkids. Like I don't know. I can't. I mean, I tell them no. Don't get me wrong. I don't never tell them no, but it is rare.
But why do you think you regret it when you do say no?
I don't know. I just feel bad. I guess it comes from like being a teenager, having to like fend for yourself. And knowing how that feels, girl, I never ever want my kids to feel like that.
Those kids, no, they are so loved by this woman here.
Like, but it's like a personal thing. I know my kids know that like
Missy will go to the end of the earth and back for these kids and these grandbabies. So
I will do that for sure.
Will. So I think we both will for our kids and our grandbabies, but she probably will run a little faster. Me, I'll be like, I'm gonna get there, but don't be rushing me. We love our family. We love our babies. We do.
Yes, we do.
They're our little. So we are gonna wrap up part 1,
Okay.
and we're gonna come back and do part 2. People pleasing.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
All right. Be sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. All right.
Bye.
As we miss the end.